Hello friends, welcome back to Linux Archives. Today I am going to show you how to create library files for a C program. First of all, I will tell you there are two types of libraries. One is static library and the another is dynamic or also called as shared library. I will tell you first the difference between the two. In static libraries, while the code is compiled, the instructions for the functions in the libraries are dumped into the executable file. This is called as working of static library. Whereas in dynamic or shared object libraries, at the runtime the functions are called from the library. So without any further delay, let's see how we can do this. First of all, I will create a directory for all the actions. First of all, we will create a C file which will contain a library function. As you can see, this function has return type int and has two parameters and has one return statement which returns addition of two numbers. Let's save the file. Now we will write header for this function. This will have the prototype for a function. This will be used where we are going to call a function. Now let's write a C program to call this function. First we will include header file for basic input output operation stdio.h. Then we will include our header file. Since our header file is located in the current working directory, we would need to use double quotes. The entry point function, here I will call my function. If we compile this file directly, we would get an error. That is, the program is unable to find the function add. So first of all, we will create the static library. For static library, first we will need the object code of our library function. For that we can use -c flag to create the object code. By -o flag we can set the name of the output file. I will name it as static.o. As you can see, the object file has been created. Now let's create the static library. For this we were going to use the command ar command. The ar is used to create the archive of the input files. These are the various options used for creating archive. We would name our library. The name of the library should begin with lib and then the desired name. I would name as static sta.a and we would provide it a input as the object file. the static.o which we have created recently. As you can see, the static library has been created. Now we should use this library. Now we will again compile our C program with the library. The -l option is used to specify which library is to be used. When we do this, we will get an error saying that it cannot find the library, because as this library is in the current working directory, we need to specify it. We will specify it by the option -l and dot by the current directory. As you can see, it has been executed without error and the a.out has been created. Now we will run the program and hence the output. This is how we create and use the static library. Now we will see how to create a shared or dynamic library. First of all, I will remove the first file a.out. I will copy the program into another file. Now let's create an object file for the creating shared library. For this we will again use gcc -c program 1.c -o. I will name the file as static shared.o. Here we need to specify that this code is position independent, that is, it can execute anywhere. We will specify it by using the flag PIC, that is position independent code, and enter. As you can see, the shared.o object file is ready. Now we will create the shared library. For that, use gcc and shared option. By -o we will specify the library name. I will specify add over here. Note that the extension for the shared object is so.so, and as previous we will give the object file as input. You can see that the libadd.so file has been created. Now we will compile the program using this library. So gcc program 3.c. Again we will specify by -l add, and we will specify it that the library is present in current directory. Now you can see that the a.out file has been created. Now we will run the a.out file, but it will give an error. As I have said earlier, that the functions are bound at the runtime. So during the execution, it cannot find the libadd.so. So for this, we would need to set the path variable for the library location. The path variable is ld_library_path. We would set it as export ld_library_path equals to /home/ the user directory, and over here C library. And we will keep it in an environment variable as ld_ library underscore path. This is how we usually set any variable. Now if we compile the file, we have got the output. Here we saw how to compile the program by using shared object library and also static library. Now as we have seen, we need to specify the capital L option to mention the library and also the library path. For a permanent fix, we can include this path variable in the bash rc file. Here we can write as export This is the same line which we have written in the shell. To see its effect, we need to run the bash rc script again. We would run it by the source. Okay. If you are a root user, you can store the library files in a global location where it can be accessible all over the directories. The static libraries are usually stored in the usr folder in that lib in /86. We would see that now. We would copy the static library we need to use sudo user lib x86 underscore 64 hyphen linux hyphen gnu. The file has been copied. Similarly, the shared object files are usually stored in the /users local and lib folder. add.so /usr local lib. Now we will again compile the program. -l The program has been compiled successfully. You will note that we did not need to specify that -l option to specify that the library is in the current directory. Similarly, the program 3 can also be compiled without any errors. Now I will show you how to find how many static libraries or shared libraries are linked to a executable file. For that, first of all, we will create two executable files, one for shared object library and one for static object library. This is the shared object library executable file. Similarly, we will create a static. As you can see, there are two executable files, the shared object and the static object. The LDD command is used to see all the shared object libraries linked to a executable file. We would test it by using the first executable file. Over here you can see our executable file name, which has been linked to this object file, executable file. But if we execute this same for the static executable file, you won't see such name. This proves that our library has been linked. Now I will show you how to see the static library files linked to an executable. For this we will use the -xlinker option of GNU, GCC compiler, and its map attribute, and its value is the name of the output file. We will specify the name of the output executable file as, and link the shared library. Similarly, we will create another file for the static library. Note that the name of the output file as map1 and map2, this should be different. Now we will open first the static file, that is map2. As you can see that the name of the static file which we have linked appears over here. If we see that in the first file, that name is missing. This proves that the library has been linked statically. With this, we come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please support me by subscribing my channel. Thank you.